Daniel Ricciardo isn't sugarcoating anything when it comes to his future in Formula One. With just 10 races left to prove himself, the Aussie driver is feeling the weight of the sport's harsh realities. After losing his seat at McLaren, Ricciardo returned with Red Bull's sister team, determined to make every session count. Despite the pressure, he's keeping a positive outlook, seeing this second chance as a bonus. "Nothing can really hurt me anymore," he says. As he battles to secure his spot for 2024, Ricciardo's honest reflections give fans a raw look at what it's like to fight for a future in F1. He isn't feeling the pressure though. "It's not like I have an I don't care approach, but my perspective is that all this now is a bonus, because I really thought at the end of 2022, maybe I would never race Formula One again," he told motorsport.com. "So to have this second chance, if there is going to be some pressure, then okay, let's take it on. Nothing can really hurt me anymore. I can't control anything that's going to happen. I can control what happens on track. I don't even take it race by race. I take it session by session." Red Bull's choice to stick with Perez for the rest of the season, despite his struggles to finish in the top 6 for the last 8 races, clearly signals that Ricciardo has a tough road ahead. With only 10 races left, he needs to show impressive results to catch Christian Horner's attention. If he doesn't manage to stand out, his prospects of securing a spot with another team look pretty bleak. "I don't want to be casual about it, because obviously I care a lot, but I don't know," he continued. "Maybe I'm at a point where it's just like what will be, and I'm just going to put everything I can on the table from an effort and performance perspective. And if that is good enough to secure me a seat, great. If not, then okay. I did everything I could, but I think in terms of the musical chairs stuff, if I get focused on that, then I'm in trouble. I need to put all my attention here. Simple as that." The pressure is definitely on for Ricciardo to deliver strong performances and prove his worth in these remaining races. Ricciardo's departure from McLaren followed a difficult 2-year period with the team. After being out of the sport for 6 months, he got a call from Red Bull's sister team to replace the struggling Nyck de Vries. Although his 7-race stint showed promise despite being inconsistent, it earned him a full-time drive for 2024. The hope was that Ricciardo would assert his dominance in the intra-team competition against Yuki Tsunoda and position himself as a strong candidate to replace Sergio Perez in the main team. However, this hasn't panned out exactly as expected. As they head into the break, Ricciardo trails Tsunoda 22-12 in their head-to-head battle, raising considerable doubts about his future. Helmut Marko hasn't been the biggest fan of the Honey Badger for a while now, stating that VCARB will revert to its junior team status in 2025, with promising young drivers Liam Lawson and Isaac Hadjar waiting for their chance. Hadjar, currently leading the Formula 2 championship with Campos and winning the main race in Belgium, is a strong contender. Additionally, Arvin Lindblad, a standout in his rookie F3 season with 4 victories, including a double win at Silverstone, is also on Red Bull's radar. Ricciardo has been struggling for form for years now. Despite his victory at the Italian Grand Prix in 2021, his 2-year tenure at McLaren saw him consistently outperformed by teammate Lando Norris. His career appeared to be in jeopardy after being bought out of his contract with McLaren in 2022. However, Red Bull extended a lifeline by bringing him back as a 3rd driver. After 10 rounds, he was promoted to a race seat, replacing Nyck de Vries. This opportunity, which Ricciardo himself acknowledges as a last chance, is not one he should expect to come by again. This makes the upcoming season critical for Ricciardo. It's essentially Red Bull or bust. Marko recently suggested that Red Bull should refocus on nurturing young talent, having kept the same lineup, except for one, since 2021, despite the lackluster results from both Perez and Ricciardo. If Marko's plans come to fruition, Ricciardo's position in F1 could be in jeopardy. At 35, he is no longer part of the young driver group at Milton Keynes. Ricciardo himself has acknowledged that if he feels he can't compete anymore, he would consider stepping aside. "Look, I also know what it's like to be a junior and a young kid that's hungry and wants that chance to get in the sport," the 8-time Grand Prix winner admitted. "I've been there and it doesn't feel like that long ago. And look, I also respect that. So the day I feel like I'm occupying a seat that I can't fill, I won't be comfortable within myself. I won't want to be here. I don't want to stop someone having their chance. I respect the journey too much. But equally, I don't feel like I'm in that place. And the day I do, I will probably speak openly about it. Right now. I guess talking a year ago, like this is my last chance, so that's how I view it. I will give it everything I've got, and the juniors will have their chance and their time. But I don't feel ready to hand it over. Ricciardo has secured points in 3 of the last 6 Grand Prix races. His most recent achievement was a 10th place finish at Spa, benefiting from George Russell's disqualification. Determined to retain his seat, Ricciardo is prepared to fight hard until the very end. Before the Canadian Grand Prix, where he achieved his first top 10 finish over a full-length race this year, Ricciardo trailed Yuki Tsunoda significantly, with Tsunoda leading 19 points to Ricciardo's 5. These 5 points came from an impressive 4th-place finish in the Miami Sprint. However, since that race, Ricciardo has managed to outscore Tsunoda 7 points to 3, showing a modest but noticeable improvement. This uptick in performance has momentarily quieted calls for him to be replaced by the drivers waiting in the team's wings. Lawson has already stepped in for him before during an injury at Zandvoort last year, performing admirably and even securing a 9th-place finish in Singapore. Despite the pressures, he firmly believes he hasn't reached the point of being unable to compete at the highest level. And look, if my results frickin' suck and whatever, then so be it, and that will happen. But I personally don't feel like I'm there yet, he added, because I think I'm also too honest with myself. I think I would feel uncomfortable occupying a seat if I really didn't feel my heart was in it anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't feel good about it. So they'll get that chance, but not yet. Ricciardo has also spoken positively about the development of the RB team amid the arrival of new leadership this year, with the Australian admitting that he wouldn't feel comfortable if the outfit still felt like a junior team. It does feel different, and I think it's easy to kind of rebrand it and say we've got a new look, and with this and that. But your actions have to follow, the 35-year-old said during the Belgian Grand Prix weekend. And I think Laurent, Peter, Alan, a lot of guys that have come in have done that. It's not that what was happening in the past with France, in that example, wasn't the right thing, but a change sometimes is good. You bring in new ideas, they've all spent time in other teams, organizations, and yeah, it's just a new way of looking at things. I think that in itself, and their intentions and the way they go about it, has made people kind of stand up and say, all right, this isn't a junior team anymore. Having been in F1 for over a decade, Ricciardo has welcomed RB's transition away from their junior team status. We're making kind of big boy decisions, and we're taking risks, and we're setting targets and high targets, and ones that we realistically think that we can attain, the 8-time race winner explained. So it's cool. It's cool to see it. I'm probably too, in a way, like honest in myself, that if it felt like a junior team still, I wouldn't feel comfortable here. I'm 35 now, so I think I would feel a bit out of place. And I certainly don't, so I think that's also a good way to probably comprehend it. RB are yet to finalize their driver lineup for 2025, with Yuki Tsunoda confirmed to stay, while Ricciardo's future remains uncertain. So there you have it. Daniel Ricciardo's future in Formula One is on a knife's edge. Despite his positive outlook, the challenges ahead are pretty significant. The recent changes within the RB team give him a chance, but he knows he has to deliver strong performances to secure his place. With a little less than a dozen races remaining this season, the pressure is mounting for Ricciardo to prove he still belongs in the sport. Do you guys think he'll be able to keep a seat for 2025? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest F1 news.